25 years ago. One of the questioners in the first panel, Mr. Bannister, asked a question about dead hand of the past interpretation. Well, I think the premise of written constitutionalism actually is dead hand of the past, putting a stake in the ground and saying, by virtue of a decision made authoritatively once before, we will follow it again. Okay? Written constitutionalism is dead hand of the past originalism. Oh, bring it to a close, but I've got half my page. Okay, we'll go into 2-minute drill. Okay. Once you've decided what to be bound by a constitution, if you've sworn an oath to uphold it, you've gotten past the question of whether or not you are going to apply this constitution, and then the question is, what do you do with it? Couple of quick points. If the Constitution is law, you apply it as you would a legal document. Where the document states a sufficiently determinate rule, you apply that rule. That's what gets you the idea of judicial review. The whole idea of judicial review is that where the Constitution supplies a sufficiently determinate rule that the political branches have violated, you go with the Constitution and not what the political branches have done. Next, you need a rule of what to do where the Constitution does not supply a sufficiently determinate rule. I think that the answer there is that where the Constitution does not supply a rule, it does not supply a rule, and you cannot invalidate what someone else has done on the basis of an assertion by the courts that it is inconsistent with the Constitution. If the constitutional provision has a range of meaning and a legislative or executive body has acted somewhere within that range of meaning, a range of indeterminacy, the theorem of judicial review does not allow you to invalidate it. So I think a consequence of indeterminacy should be to default more to the political branches, and that's actually consistent with another structural principle of the Constitution, which is its preference for Republican representative governments. Finally, you need a theory. Now, this is a whole panel for tomorrow, so I won't preempt everything they say. Well, okay, yes, I will. I'll preempt everything. Finally, you need a hermeneutic theory of what you do when the text conflicts with the practice, right? That's the whole liquidation panel. I'll give you the short version of my theory, and then you can grill me on it in the question and answer period. The Constitution does not specify a rule of construction favoring stare decisis. There's actually no textual, historical, or structural support for stare decisis in the strong sense of adhering to what you would otherwise conclude is an erroneous prior decision. In fact, my view is that if you are an original meaning textualist, stare decisis in that aggressive sense is actually